Welcome to Engage New York, Module 4, Lesson 12. Read the objective while I read it out loud. I can solve and create fraction word problems involving addition, subtraction, and multiplication. So this is just a continuation of Lesson 11. The difference is I'm not going to set up all of the problems for you. Instead, we'll talk through the problems. We're going to go straight into concept development, which is going to be the problem set. We're going to read through the problems, ask you questions, ask how you plan on setting it up, and then set you free. And then you're on your own to solve, because the next part of this is after lesson 12 comes the mid-module test. So you have to be able to solve these problems independently without me setting the problems up for you. All right, but before we get started, let's start with a little fluency, going back to lesson 7 and lesson 8. Let's look at and let's go through. So I'm going to have you do this independently. 1 foot is how many inches? 2 feet 2 feet equals how many inches? I want you to go through, solve these, come back to see how you did. Let's see how fast you can do it this time too. Okay, so multiply by 12, 12, 24, 48. Multiply by 2, 2, 4, 14. Multiply by 3, 3, 6, 18. Multiply by 4, 4, 8, 36. Now we're going from here, we're doing larger units to smaller units. Larger units to smaller units, you multiply, but smaller units to larger units, you divide. And when you think about it, it makes sense, because it's going to take, if you have this really large unit, one gigantic thing, and you're trying to fit it into smaller, like think about that big Tupperware, and you're trying to put it into smaller little pieces of Tupperware. So it's going to take more pieces of Tupperware to fit those things in, right? All right, 1, 2, 5, 1, 3, 4. So divide by 2, divide by 12. All right, next section is a review of lesson 9. Multiply a fraction by a whole number. You should be getting really good at this by now. So go ahead and do it and come back, see how fast you can do it and accurately you can do it. Go. All right, check your work. 3, 6, 10, 3, 9, 2, 2, 10, 3, 8. All right, so remember, this is just review. This is just fluency. Do you remember? How fast can you do this now? That's where we're at. All right, turning the page. So now does this writing an expression to match the diagram make more sense now? Now the fact that you're going to have to create a word problem or a story problem based on a diagram. Can you write down the expression? So you're writing the expression to match the diagram. You do not have to solve. Just write the expression. Let's see how fast you can do these 4 problems. Go. All right, how did you do? If you solved it, bonus. All right, so 2/3 of 15, 3/5 of 45. Now, could you have gone 15 times 2/3? Absolutely. 45 times 3/5? Absolutely. 5/6 times 54. 7/8 times 64. You could write it 54 times 5/6, 64 times 7/8. Same thing, right? Because of the commutative property, it doesn't matter which goes first. All right. Here is your application. Now, so going to the yards to feet, pounds to ounces, tons, just so you know, there are 3 feet in 1 yard. There are 16 ounces in 1 pound. There are 2,000 pounds in 1 ton. How many quarts in a gallon? 4 quarts in 1 gallon. How many months in a year? 12 months in 1 year, right? So these are little things that I would write down off to the side. That way it helps me. I have the numbers on the page that I need to be working with. And then 60 minutes in 1 hour. I like to have the information right there in front of me to make sure that I'm doing it correctly, right? I don't have to stop and think. Like the minute I look at it, I write down what I know. That way now I can go in and solve and not have to worry and remember that while I'm trying to solve all at the same time. So, all right, this is all you. Can you do it? Because this is part of what we're doing, right? This is part of those problems that we're already doing. See how quickly and accurately you can do this. All right, let's check to see how you did. Look over here, see how I solved it right here. 2/3 times 3, 2. 4 times 16, 64 ounces. 8 times 2,000, 16,000 pounds. 3/4 times 4 is 3 quarts. Here is 5/12 times 12 is 5. Whoops, 5. Was it 5/12? Yeah, 5/12. Sorry, it should be 5. 5 months. Hold on. Let me fix it. There we go. I must have been looking at something else when I wrote that down since I just had solved it right here. So 5 months. Then we have 5/4 times 60, cross cancel. 4 times 12 is 48 minutes. All right, that will do it for fluency for lesson 12. This is it before our mid-module test. Now, I did create a mid-module test prep, and I will be showing that video after we go through this concept development / problem set. So you're going to jump straight in to problem set. You need to get this out and be looking at this as we start the lesson. We're going straight in and using this as we start the problem set. So today, I'm not solving all of them for you. I'm not setting them up. So go ahead and meet me back here for concept development / problem set for lesson 12.